I'm gonna see what all the hype's about, and, see if spending this much money changes my life. So like the video right now, I'm spending too much money on you people. That was worse than my mortgage payment. Alright boys, so let's go ahead and see what happens when I put it on. What am I doing? Just put on the head connect. Okay, now we can... So recently, Spice has been acting very childish and egotistical lately. He has been harassing me and my circle. He also made a video with some very big accusations towards me and one of my exes. But especially me, Spice is also baselessly denying his abusive behavior that he exhibited to me months ago, and a few days ago. In this video, I'm going to be debunking all of Spice's false allegations towards me, and I'm going to be talking about how he is an abuser with proof. Before I start divulging things, I need to make it clear that Spice has deleted all of his messages from my DMs to try and clear any incriminating evidence against him. The archive of his DMs was also saved before a big part of his bad actions towards me, and it has also been deleted. With that being said, I still have enough evidence against him to reveal in this video today, despite his efforts. First off, we're going to start with how Spice has repeatedly tried to blackmail me with an archive of our DMs, which is in fact abuse. Spice has continually externalized the opinion that these accusations are false because I never told him that this was what I was accusing him for in order to keep him from trying to cover up his tracks more. Because he deleted his messages from my DMs, there is little evidence, however I do have one screenshot of this incident. Now, I'll show the entire conversation which has now been deleted on Spice's side. However, my messages still remain. Some context for this was that he thought I was friends with Joey and O'Sharp, which automatically means that I am a pedophile in his mind. I guess that this is why he thought it was okay to do this, but this is just a single glimpse into the cruel sociopathic mind of Spice. Also, Spice tried to blackmail me with these DMs again a few days ago on Steam DMs. However, as you will come to see this time, I was not putting up with any of that bitch-ass cucks nonsense. That's pretty much all I have for this part of the video. This evidence is substantial enough to prove that Spice is an abuser, someone who will blackmail you with former relationships to get what he wants out of you. First, I need to talk about how extremely insensitive and gross it is to joke about my botched suicide note in the way that Spice does in this video, in which the narration of it is a blatant mockery of it. Spice tries to justify this by claiming that my suicide attempt was fake, and an act to garner sympathy for myself after our breakup. This is just complete bullshit. I half expected a law student of all people to not act as retarded as this, but here we are, I guess. The bullet avatar is completely unrelated to this entire situation, it having took place several hours before I even was suicidal. Now, I'm going to discuss the numerous pedophile accusations in this video. Spice shows an out-of-context screenshot to paint me as someone that gets off to Calamus, an underage character from One Shot. If he showed just a little bit more, then we could see that I realized my mistake, since I thought that Calamus was an adult, confusing him with Magpie, an adult character who looks very similar to them. Now, a recurring theme in this video is that I jerk off to Nico from One Shot. I'm really not going to talk much about this since it is an entirely baseless accusation based on the fact that Nico is one of my favorite characters, frequently making him my profile picture on various platforms. None of that correlates to masturbating to him, who is an 8-year-old, mind you. Spice also mentions that I goon to Perfect Apocalypse, apparently, because of some jokes I've made regarding the character Patches Ito. Just to put this into perspective, even if it were true, I would not be a pedophile or a bad person for this, as Patches is a 16-year-old, and I am also 16. No, I do not goon to Perfect Apocalypse, nor am I attracted to any of the characters in it sexually or romantically. Spice also accuses my ex-Sealsers of being a pedophile groomer on the basis of a picture that he had sent me while we were dating. I'm not going to go much into that because I assume he probably doesn't want me to. However, it was not a sexually explicit photo. At the time we were dating, I was still faking my age and was 12 at the time. Sealsers is completely innocent. He had no idea of this, and is not a pedophile, a groomer. Nor is he even a genuine supporter of soul-driven love. Honestly, I think that's all I really have to say regarding this situation, so I'm going to wrap things up and end the video for now. To close off on this, I'll show that Spice obsessively acts in a Husk-esque way, stalking people and policing them being friends with me for some reason. Shout out to Lamp and Bonnie and Nivek and Granny's Crossbow, love those guys. Oh, and my boyfriend too, of course. Haha. Thug Club fucking won.